The Newly Discovered Animals 2022. Science, like the rest of us, has had a difficult few years. The coronavirus epidemic dominated the news, and the most important scientific findings became political flashpoints. Outside of the epidemic, there didn't appear to be anything to celebrate or even think about. However, researchers in hundreds of areas continued their life's work. And now that the COVID-19 fog has begun to lift, it's clear that some very amazing scientific discoveries have been made this year. In the realm of biodiversity science, 2022 began with some exciting findings and a lot of optimism. In this video, we get to watch the new species found in 2022. Almost every day, we make a discovery in the scientific realm. The variety is astonishing, but what is even more amazing is how much more is still to be uncovered. So let's begin with the magical fairy wrasse. Chirilabrus finifenma, often known as the rose-veiled fairy wrasse, was discovered in the reefs of the Maldives. It may dwell between 160 and 500 feet below the ocean's surface in unknown coral habitats known as the Twilight Zone. It was discovered as part of the California Academy of Sciences' Hope for Reefs effort, which aims to better understand and conserve coral reefs worldwide. Aside from its eye-catching look, Chirilabrus finifenma rose to prominence as the first new-to-science species reported by a Maldivian scientist. Foreign scientists have traditionally described species found in the Maldives, including endemic species, with little input from local scientists, says research co-author and Maldives Marine Research Institute biologist Ahmed Najib. It's different this time. It is also one of the first species to have its name adapted from the native Dhivehi language, finifenma, which means rose, a reference to both its pink tints and the island nation's national flower. This gorgeous fish is already being exploited by the aquarium hobbyist trade, which the discoverers categorize as unsettling. The Taylor Swift millipede. The new species was named after singer-songwriter Taylor Swift by scientists Derek Hennon, Jackson Means, and Paul Marek at Virginia Tech in April. Her music helped me get through the highs and lows of graduate school, Derek Hennon adds, confessing he has been a fan for years. Nanaria swifti joined 16 other species of twisted claw millipedes identified from the United States Appalachian Mountains. Researchers searched under leaf litter, rocks, and logs in 17 different states to discover them. They then sequenced the DNA of the species they discovered and scientifically described them. They examined nearly 1,800 specimens from their field study or from university and museum collections. These little-known invertebrates are difficult to capture because they prefer to stay buried in the soil, often totally beneath the surface. The majority of twisted claw millipedes dwell on the forest floor, feeding on decaying leaves and other plant materials. They also play an important function as decomposers, breaking down leaf litter and releasing nutrients into the ecosystem. The Greta Thunberg frog. Greta Thunberg, a Swedish climate activist, has been named after a frog for over a year. Rainforest Trust commemorated its 30th anniversary in 2018 by holding an auction for naming rights to certain newly discovered species, including Pristimantis greta thunbergi, a black-eyed rain frog from eastern Panama. The unnamed auction winner wished to recognize Thunberg and her work in emphasizing the importance of combating climate change. She has wowed world leaders, and her work is inspiring others to take climate action. Abel Batista, PhD, Panama, and Konrad Miebert, PhD, Germany, headed the multinational team that found the new frog in Switzerland. They discovered the frog on Mount Chucanti, a sky island in eastern Panama surrounded by lowland tropical rainforest. Accessing its cloud forest home involved riding over muddy routes, trudging up high slopes, avoiding two helicopters that crashed decades ago, and sleeping above 1,000 meters in height. Unfortunately, the remaining habitat of the frog is extremely fragmented, and under threat from fast deforestation for plantations and cow grazing. Another concern is rising temperatures, which might ruin its limited alpine habitat. The Mount Chukanti area has already lost more than 30% of its forest cover in the last 10 years, and experts stress that conserving the remaining habitat is vital to ensuring the frog's survival. The chocolate frog, Synapturanus danta, sometimes known as the chocolate frog, is a strange, tiny frog that was recently found in the Peruvian Amazon. Locals have long been aware of this small, burrowing frog with a long snout. One local name for it is Rana danta, or tapir frog, due to its similarity to the large-nosed Amazonian animal. These frogs are incredibly hard to discover, which leads to understudied, says Michelle Thompson, a researcher in the Keller Science Action Center at Chicago's Field Museum and one of the study's authors. It's an example of the Amazon's hidden variety, and documenting it is critical to understanding how crucial the ecosystem operates. While the frogs are difficult to see, they are not difficult to hear. We kept hearing this beep 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 coming from underground, and we assumed it was a new kind of burrowing frog. Thompson recalls, "How do we get there?" Local frog experts directed the team to peatland habitats, which are wetlands covered with nutrient-rich grass comprised of rotting plant waste. After 15 to 20 minutes of excavating and seeking for them, I heard Michelle screaming, and to me, it could only indicate that she and David had located the first adult, says Germán Chávez, the study's primary author and a researcher at Peru's Instituto Peruano de Herpetología. The physical specimens of the frogs, as well as recordings of their cries and DNA analysis, were utilized by the researchers to determine that they were a new species. Synapturanus danta is the name of the genus to which they belong, and danta is the native term for tapir, the fabulous flaming red snake. This gorgeous, non-venomous snake was discovered in Paraguay, previously unknown to science. It is a member of the genus Phalotris, a group of snakes from Central South America known for its vibrant red, black, and yellow colors. One of the researchers involved, Jean-Paul Brouard, came across an individual of the new species by coincidence while excavating a hole at Rancho Laguna Blanca in 2014. He described the finding alongside his colleagues Paul Smith and Pierre Cacciali, calling the new snake Phalotris shaunilla. The species name honors two children born in the same year as the Fundación para la Tierra, Sean Ariel Smith Fernandez and Ella Bethany Atkinson, 2008. They encouraged the NGO's founders to strive for Paraguayan wildlife conservation in the hope that their children will inherit a better world. So that's the end of the video. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and press the notification bell so you never miss out on our next videos. Until the next video, take care.